there was a hearing today on these allegations, and the judge in this case in Georgia said that these allegations against District Attorney Willis could result in Willis being disqualified from the case. And as such, he said he definitely wants to hear evidence on these allegations on Thursday of this week.
I think it's possible that the facts alleged by the defendant could result in disqualification. I think an evidentiary hearing must occur to establish the record on those core allegations.
The judge, and today in court, he did make clear, he did say explicitly that he thinks she might be disqualified from this case because of these allegations. Now, the key dynamic at work around this is that if Fani Willis is disqualified, fairly or unfairly, her whole office, the whole district attorney's office, is disqualified from working on that case, which would mean, in all likelihood, that whole case would go away.
If you are sleeping with a prosecutor and paying him $650,000, if it doesn't matter if you're black, white, green, purple, brown, it is wrong.
Yes.
And it is unethical, and I think it's against the rules of professional regulation of the legal. And it does affect the case. There's many cases that have fallen apart because an attorney is sleeping with a client, or people in the prosecutor's office are having phone sex with a witness. I mean, I'm not making it up. Go look at Griselda, you know, the one that's on Netflix now.
Which is very good.
Like, she was she killed everybody, and the second case against her fell apart because two employees at the prosecutor's office were having phone sex with a witness.
So even the hardcore Trump haters think Fani Willis is in some trouble. Let's talk about it. All right, for those of you who do not know who Fani Willis is, she is the Fulton County District Attorney. That's a county in Georgia. It serves the Atlanta area. Now, the reason why we're talking about her is because she is prosecuting former President Donald Trump in his election interference case.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state, and flipping the state is a great testament to our country, because, you know, there's just, it's a testament that they can admit to a mistake, or whatever you want to call it, if it was a mistake, I don't know.
If we could just go over some of the numbers, I think it's pretty clear that we won. We won very substantially, Georgia. We have at least two or three, anywhere from 250 to 300,000 ballots were dropped mysteriously into the rolls. Much of that had to do with Fulton County, which hasn't been checked. We think that if you check the signatures, a real check of the signatures going back in Fulton County, you'll find at least a couple of 100,000 of forged signatures. The bottom line is, when you add it all up, and then you start adding, 300,000 fake ballots, then the other thing they said is in Fulton County and other areas, and this may or may not be true, this just came up this morning, that they are burning their ballots, that they are shredding ballots and removing equipment. They're changing the equipment on the Dominion machine.
Now, as you heard in that recording, Fulton County was mentioned multiple times. So this essentially gave Fulton County DA Fani Willis jurisdiction to pursue charges against former President Trump.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment, charging 19 individuals with violations of Georgia law arising from a criminal conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in this state. The indictment includes 41 felony counts and is 97 pages long. Please remember that everyone charged in this bill of indictment is presumed innocent. Specifically, the indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump.
Now, along with Trump, 19 other co-defendants were also charged with all these felonies. So the Fulton County DA's office needed to bring on some more lawyers to help prosecute all these people, because you have 19 people you have to prosecute. So the law allows Fani Willis to hire what's known as special prosecutors. These are lawyers from in the community that she can hire and bring on when she has big cases like this, and you'll pay them either an hourly rate or a contractual rate just to handle this particular case. And in the press conference you just saw, you'll see standing next to her are her special counsel. One of those guys is Nathan Wade. So why are we focusing on Nathan Wade? Because a lot of this stuff has to deal with him. See, right after being hired by Fani Willis, literally the next day, he filed for divorce from his wife.
And we suspected a lot of this came from divorce filings from Nathan Wade's case, which he filed just a day after he was given this job as special prosecutor. So we tried to get them, because that report that was filed on Monday includes no concrete evidence. But this was all we could find. When we went to the clerk's office in Cobb County Superior today, this was just it. The single piece of paper saying that his divorce case has actually been sealed since February of 2022. Attorneys today tell us that is highly unlikely for divorce cases.
Now, on top of that, people started questioning Wade's experience. What type of experience does he have prosecuting these type of cases? And come to find out, he has very little.
Nathan Wade, the attorney Fani Willis is accused of having an affair with, has been paid more than $650,000 in fees by Fulton County. Here's a little bit of his resume. Wade was a municipal judge who mostly dealt with traffic tickets and running a private practice focusing on family law and contract disputes. Our Fox News research department found no evidence he has ever prosecuted a felony case. Yet Fani Willis picked him for arguably the biggest case in her career.
So now let's fast forward to January 8, 2024. A motion by an attorney named Ashley Merchant. Now she's representing Michael Roman, who is a co-defendant of the former President Trump. Now the motion claims that there was an inappropriate relationship between Nathan Wade and Fani Willis. And they also claim that Willis benefited financially from the prosecution of Roman because Wade was being paid by the district attorney's office to prosecute Roman. And then Wade was in turn taking Willis on these extravagant vacations together, funded by Willis's prosecution of Roman.
Well, tonight, former Trump campaign staffer Michael Roman and his attorney Ashley Merchant are claiming District Attorney Fani Willis had an inappropriate and romantic relationship with the top prosecutor in the case, Nathan Wade. In this new court filing obtained by Atlanta News First, Michael Roman and his attorneys are accusing the Fulton County DA Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade of having an inappropriate and romantic relationship and that the two benefited from it. The suit claims Willis and Wade took lavish vacations together and that he used part of his salary from the DA's office to travel with Willis. Roman's attorney claims they discovered that the two went on trips together, quote, outside of court filings. The suit goes on to claim the relationship began before Wade was appointed to the case. They claim Willis also failed to get county approval to appoint Wade as special prosecutor in the case. Roman's attorneys are now asking the court to disqualify both of them from prosecuting the RICO case and to drop all of Roman's charges.
Now, if any of this is true, Fani Willis could be disqualified from prosecuting any of those defendants because she would have benefited financially from that prosecution. So now with all that coming down, Willis was in the hot seat. So when asked about these allegations, she played the race card.
Oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one? Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think, I need someone from some other jurisdiction in some other state to tell me how to do a job I've been doing almost 30 years.
So now that Fani Willis is essentially saying these people are after her because she's black and this is all some type of racist attack, some more receipts came out. The receipts that show that Nathan Wade was paying for plane tickets for Fani Willis.
But today, Joycelyn Wade responded in court, releasing credit card statements alleged to be her husband's that show he spent more than $1,000 for a passenger listed as Fani Willis to accompany him on trips to Miami and San Francisco in 2022 and 2023. Joycelyn Wade's attorneys wrote that they wanted to depose Willis to determine the nature of her relationship with Nathan Wade. Previous 11 Alive reporting revealed that Wade has been paid more than $500,000 more than the other special prosecutors on the case.
So the judge made Fani Willis reply to all this nonsense in writing, right? We need you on the record. Are you sleeping with this man or not, right? You're saying it's racist. We got plane tickets now. What's going on? So Fani Willis then had to admit she was banging Nathan Wade.
We are tracking some breaking news for you right now. CBS News has learned exclusively in a filing by Fulton County District Attorney's Office an acknowledgement that Fani Willis engaged in a relationship with attorney Nathan Wade. You, of course, recall that both are working on the Georgia election interference case involving former President Donald Trump.
Now, the issue for Nathan Wade may be more severe than just banging the boss. See, his divorce filings, he was asked if he had any type of extramarital relationships with any other women, and he said no. But now we know that happened not to be true. He was banging Fani. Okay. But now he has statements on the record under oath saying the exact opposite. So Nathan Wade has now gone back and pled the fifth, the right against self-incrimination. He says he can't answer those questions based on his Fifth Amendment privilege, meaning he believes he's in legal jeopardy for lying to the court.
Mr. Wade has filed other affidavits in his divorce case which contradict this affidavit. His interrogatories, which were sworn and verified and filed in that case, said that he did not have a personal relationship, that there had been none. So we've got two declarations in two different courts, both sworn, both filed with the court, that say something completely different. His May 2023 affidavit, where he was asked if he had, and this was in 2023, Judge. So the state's response last week said they had a relationship that began in 2022. In May of 2023, he filed in the Cobb County Superior Court a pleading that said specifically if he had had any relations with a person other than his spouse during the course of the marriage, and the typical things that are asked in a divorce case, and he responded none. After we filed our motion in this case, he updated those and he pled privilege under the Fifth Amendment. So we've got a filing under oath by Mr. Wade in 2023 stating he didn't have a relationship. Then we've got a filing stating he did have one starting in 2022.
So now, with all this evidence in front of him, the judge is going to have to determine if the relationship between Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, did that in some way benefit her directly by funds she was paying him from the DA's office. Now, they're making the argument that, those elaborate trips to San Francisco and Miami, the Ubers, the hotel rooms, the dinners, all of that came from what she was paying to Nathan Wade to prosecute these cases. So they're going to argue, which they are arguing, that that financial incentive to continue to prosecute these cases disqualifies Fani Willis from being the prosecutor, and therefore that would disqualify Nathan Wade and everyone in the Fulton County DA's office, forcing them to send the case somewhere else.
So several of the motions to quash today are arguing that we shouldn't have a evidentiary hearing at all, and that quash is appropriate on those grounds. So to that end, in studying the law that's been filed up to this point, I think it's clear that disqualification can occur if evidence is produced demonstrating an actual conflict or the appearance of one. And the filings submitted on this issue so far have presented a conflict in the evidence that can't be resolved as a matter of law. Specifically looking at Defendant Roman's motion, it alleges a personal relationship that resulted in a financial benefit to the district attorney, and that is no longer a matter of complete speculation. The state has admitted a relationship existed, and so what remains to be proven is the existence and extent of any financial benefit, again, if there even was one. So, because I think it's possible that the facts alleged by the defendant could result in disqualification, I think an evidentiary hearing must occur to establish the record on those core allegations. So just to emphasize, I think the issues at point here are whether a relationship existed, whether that relationship was romantic or non-romantic in nature, when it formed, and whether it continues. And that's only relevant because it's in combination with the question of the existence and extent of any personal benefit conveyed as a result of their relationship.
So this case now hinges on whether this judge believes that Fani Willis was getting some type of financial benefit from Nathan Wade based on their relationship. That's what this case is going to be about. So we'll see if Fani Willis wins, she gets to continue to prosecute. If she doesn't, I think this case is over. Let me know what you think the judge should do in this case. Is there enough evidence to show that she financially benefited from this case? It's interesting, but this can go either way. What about the credibility of Wade? Right, you got him on affidavits lying either way. Again, fascinating development. We'll see where it goes. If you don't forget to like, share, subscribe to all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nathan Lawyer, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.